Sorry. I was literally started like a fucking video. It was like fucking a minute into it, and then Raymond called me. So then I was like talking to him, and I'm like, you know what? I was about to make a video, sir, and I was very much so in the mode to get that shit done. So here we are. I'm in my car again because I can't smoke outside because the air quality is shit. And I'm like lying to myself thinking that I have my fucking HEPA air filter in my car and that it's not blowing smoke in here as I fucking smoke. It is what it is, folks. I actually have some fucking edibles. How about that? I should probably be eating those while the fires are going on. Because they said they're going to put us in like a red fucking flag warning for severe air quality concerns or some shit for tonight. I don't know. Something where basically it's like, the air quality's going to be really fucking bad. Stay inside, close your doors, close your fucking windows, get a new air filter, and fucking hope that we're not all dying 20 years from now because of respiratory illnesses. So that's that. So today, actually, yesterday, I was talking about my trips to El Paso. And then today, my friend fucking Ryan posted greetings from El Paso, and I was like, holy shit. So the reason why we used to go to El Paso, I mentioned, is that we have hella family members out there. This all comes together with my life. It's all full circle. So listen up and hear me out. So, from 4 years old, I went with my grandparents to El Paso every year. And when I was 4, I met my grandma's dad, my papa, right? Solid ass dude. And he didn't speak a fucking word of English. And that was okay. He was already fucking old. He already looked fucking old. He was fucking old when I fucking had met him. And, when throughout the years, I had gotten super close to him. Every summer we'd go to his house. So my grandpa was a fucking G. He fucking lived in this house, right? My hands are still fucking blue. Oh my gosh. He lived in this fucking house, right? And he was the only house surrounded by industrial buildings, right? And apparently back in the day, the city had been like, hey, sell us your house, we'll cash you fucking out. We're trying to build this house like an industrial fucking street area, whatever the fuck. And he was like, fuck you. No. So he lived there. And he fucking stayed there his whole fucking life and fucking died there, my friends. So this is what happened. So every year I go over there, I look forward to 2 things. The first was the pomegranate tree. My grandpa had a pomegranate tree in front of his fucking house, and it provided the best, most luscious ass, juiciest fucking pomegranates you ever had in your whole life. Like, none of this store-bought shit that's bleh. Like, this is some high quality, homegrown fucking El Paso, Texas fucking pomegranates. And it grew so well. And when we would go, they would be ready to pick. So it was tight. It was like perfect timing. And then my grandpa's house was super run down. The first time I'd ever seen a cockroach was at my fucking papa's house. He was an old man and he lived by himself. His shower was disgusting. His house was just super run down. Everything there was just super old, and there was just this smell. Like I can smell that right now. And like, just remember him. He was just a really good person. And he was super kind, and like, he didn't do anything to anyone. Like, the fuck. So anyways, the second thing I look forward to was where he lived. Like, the street was right here, and then there was like this huge dirt walkway that you had to like walk up, right? And fucking then it was his porch. He had like a couch on there and a seat on there, and then he had his fucking house, right? So like, you had to like walk up to get there. So my grandpa would like park in the driveway, and I remember telling him as a little kid, like, you know, it would look really good here, grandpa or papa, and he was just like, And I was like a rock path, right, that leads to your house. So that was what I did every year. I would just like pick up where I left off, and no one would fucking like, no one would try to like take the initiative of giving this old man a fucking walkway, because he just stayed home. Actually, he would walk to the post office. He did do that. That was a thing for him. And I remember the one year that he came down from Texas to California, it was for his birthday. And all the family had gotten together. And my neighbor, my Auntie Carol, had got him like this like white blonde fucking busty woman. I was gonna call her Bimbo, but we respect fucking these people. This just fucking busty fucking girl, like 30-year-old fucking woman, like red lipstick, like a fucking dress, like tell her to like sing him happy birthday and everything. And I remember like he just got so red, he was just so embarrassed. Like, what is this woman doing in front of him, right? He fucking, poor guy, Jesus Christ. And it's probably rough on him. But I remember that, and I remember all of our family being around singing happy birthday to him, and he was just super happy. He got like a hat that year, like a fedora, because my fucking grandpa was a G. And a scarf, and like a nice like jacket. Or he got a bunch of like head accessories. I don't know, there's a picture of him wearing his new hat and wearing his scarf. But anyways, so I remember that, and I remember none of like my sisters, like, they didn't talk to him. None of my cousins talked to him, because he was old. He was an old man with hella age spots, because he fucking sat outside every fucking day of his whole fucking life, or who knows how long, and just sat there. That's all he did. He just sat there and watched the cars go by. Because that's all that we did when we were over there. Like, for years, right? So he was great, and I loved him. And then one year my sister Teeny went out to Texas, because she wanted to come with us, right? Because she always heard about how much fun I had and all of these things, and so she wanted to go. So she went. That fucking bitch the whole fucking time. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? How much longer? Like, after that, me and my grandma and my grandpa, we all looked at each other and we said, Teeny's not coming next time. Like, we're not doing this again, folks. So that was out. So that happened, and Teeny didn't really communicate with him either. Like, she saw me like sitting next to him, chatting with him, all of these things, and like she was just not interested. So that's when I realized, like, all he has is me in California, and that's it. Like, he had like my older, like my mom's cousins and shit like that, right? Like, they all knew him, they all lived, and they all talked to him. But like my generation, we didn't. I don't affiliate with him. They didn't say shit. They were all like scared to talk to this old man, and he didn't speak English, so like why would they? But like he could understand it, and like he could still talk to them, and he would get it. You know what I mean? He just like didn't care to respond to you in English. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Pretty sure he could speak English. He just didn't. Because when my grandparents would go over, they would all just talk in Spanish over there. And I would just be like, hell of American, what's up? I'm playing my fucking Game Boy over here, like hanging out with my cousins. Like, it was chill. I love going out there. When I don't want my... So, I'm in my car and I have my air conditioner on, and I'm contributing to greenhouse gases, and I feel really bad about it. But ultimately, it's like my health or the greenhouse gases. And, I mean... We fucking went, when we had the Vegas trip, we were like in our car with the air conditioner on for a whole fucking hour and a half while that fucking car tipped over and all these things. I have to post that video, by the way. That shit was fucking nuts. Anyways, so my sister went out there. No one talked to my grandpa. You know, like, we had a very special relationship. And I remember one time we were sitting on the couch together. We were just hanging out like we do. And then he was getting up, and like as he got up, he farted. And I was like, Papa, you just farted. And as he's like pulling himself up, he's like, I know, that's why I got up. Or I know, that's why I left. So he could speak English, because I remember that happened. So it was like minimal. It was like minimal English. And maybe he only spoke it to me because everyone else spoke to him in Spanish. I don't know. These things are all coming back to me. It's amazing what one ring will fucking do on an episode of 48 Hours. Or the first 48. Anyways, so I remember that. And I remember him saying that. And I just remember thinking that was so hilarious. And I told fucking my grandparents, and I was laughing, and it was funny. Like, oh, man. So anyways, we go out there every year. Everything's fine. I don't think we went out there when I was 11. No, maybe we did. Because I remember wearing a South Park shirt and my cousin Mimito being like, oh, you watch South Park? Like, it's not a show for you. Because he was like 18 or something at the time. And I'm like, yeah, it's hella dope. I like them. Oh, Krystal. Anyways. So, I want to say we went out there in 96. Or 95. 96. Gosh, I don't know. I was 10. Maybe I was 11. I think I was 11. I don't know. Anyways, that year that I went into 5th grade, I remember coming home one day and seeing my grandma's car there. And being like, because my grandma has always worked for the school district. So their school, or the elementary school, got out later than we did. They got out at 3:15. We got out at 2:04. And so I remember walking home from the bus stop, fucking, seeing my grandma's car, walk in my fucking house, on Hartnell. I remember that. Walking into my house and like seeing Teeny and Jesse there. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing here? Like, you guys still have like more school? Like, what is happening? And then I see my grandma. And she's like, she sees me and then she like walks into my sister's room, because my sister shared a room when I was younger. And then I'm gonna have to rip this guy's in just a second. I'm gonna have to turn off the air conditioner for that, because I want a solid fucking rip here. I just had to pay my lawyer. I'm super budgeting my life right now. Can't be smoking joints left and right. So, you know, bolts is what it is. I should really just go out and fucking buy some fucking wax, but my nectar collector is in LA, so then I have to buy one of those too, and it's just stupid. Maybe I'll bring that up with me when I come back from LA. That's the thing. Okay, so anyways, back my car up. There we go. Okay, so I remember walking in the house, seeing my fucking sisters, being like, what the fuck? Seeing my fucking grandma, being like, what the fuck? Like, she normally says hi to me. we had a very close relationship growing up. And I like saw her. I like put my backpack on the chair on the table or something in the kitchen, and my mom like walks over to me, and I'm like, what's up? And she's like, I got something to tell you. And I'm like, seems pretty serious. Right? Like, I've always been like an empathetic witch. Like, I can feel people and everything. I just knew like something wasn't right. I knew something wasn't right as soon as I saw my grandma's car outside. I'm like, this is just fucking very odd. Because my the whole time schedule thing. So that was just a thing. And then she takes me to our den, right? Because it went the porch, the fucking living room, the kitchen, the hallway, and after you pass the kitchen, then there was the den, then there was the back room, and then there was the garage, right? So the den had a sliding glass door, and so we're in the den, and she's just like, Krystal, she's just like, I just have to tell you, and I'm like, what's up? Like, come on, like, spit it out, like, waiting for it. And she's fucking obviously upset and like crying and like trying to hold it back, and she was just like, Papa is dead. He was murdered in front of his house. And like, she probably could have said something else, right, to me, right? Like, and then of course I asked, like, how did he die? And like, give me something, Stella. And she was just like, he was stabbed. And I'm like, what the fuck? He's like 80 fucking something years old. You know what I mean? Like, he's 80 something years old. He lives by him fucking self. Like, The only people that go over there are fucking family. Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck do you mean he was stabbed to death? And then I had found out, like, later that he was, like, apparently stabbed in the house or something, or stabbed, like, on the doorstep, and he, like, tried essentially making his way from his doorstep. Remember I told you he had a long fucking walkway? Important details. He ended up, like, walking, like, from his doorstep, like, halfway to this, like, to make it to the street, and then just, like, collapsed, dude. And, like, I remember the day of the funeral, me and my cousin Louie and my cousin David, and Mamito and Vanessa, we all got in, I want to say it was Vanessa's car. Maybe Lou wasn't there, I don't know, but it was me and my cousins, and we all got into the car, and they're like, do you want to go to the house? And I was like, yeah, what the fuck? And I remember, like, going to the house, and, like, you could just see it, dude, like, there was just this huge, like, stain where the blood had been, where he had, like, finally, where he had, like, finally collapsed. Like, you could, like, see the blood trail, right? So, like, the red had evaporated, but, like, the stain was there. Like, the oils from his fucking body and everything, like, it was all there. So you can, like, see the blood trail from, like, the house, right? To the fucking middle of the yard where he fucking died. It's like, no one was gonna find him. Like, no one was gonna be able to help him unless, like, it was a lunch hour for them or something, because he was fucking alone. And, like, I remember just, like, being young and, like, having a guilt, like, oh, I could have wrote him a letter and he could have been at the post office, like, you know, dropping that off, and, like, not have been there when that happened. And, like, just a bunch of shit. And, like, obviously, none of this shit's my fucking fault, right? But, like, it's just really fucked up. It's just really fucked up when you're, like, a kid, and, like, I was very sheltered as a kid. Like, even after all the bullshit with my mom and my stepdad, like, I was just very naive. I was very gullible. I just believed what people told me. And I believe that, like, yeah, there were bad people, but, like, we were good people. We didn't deserve that. Shit like that wasn't supposed to happen to us or our family. Hold on, I can blow my nose. So, when I blow my nose, that shit is fucking loud, bro. So it sucked. It really just kind of opened up my eyes to, like, how cruel the world can be. Like, how could you do that to someone? And then as an adult, when I went back to El Paso, because, like, after that happened, like, we didn't go to Texas anymore. Like, my grandparents, like, didn't have a need. Like, they still had family out there. They would visit occasionally, but it wasn't like they were going out there to spend their 3 weeks of vacation. And my grandma had the whole summer off because she fucking worked in the school district. My grandpa was a bus driver. He would work hell overtime. He worked for AC Transit, which is, like, the transit for the entire Bay Area, for, like, 30-something years. So, he would save his fucking vacation and sick days and shit like that for us to go on vacation, and then we would do that, and it was dope. And we would go out there. He'd visit his sister and his brother that was out there, my Aunt Martha, rest in peace, I loved her too. Uncle David, fuck, rest in peace too, Jesus Christ. And then my cousin Kikito, who's still there, who I totally plan on visiting and hanging out with, because he smokes pot, and I left him with some California weed, and he was like, is this going to take me to the moon? I'm like, oh yeah, sir, it is. Because the last time I went out to El Paso was, like, fucking 6 years ago when my aunt died, and she died of cancer. And while I was out there, I wanted to, like, link up with my other family members, right? Like, hey, I'm here, what it do? We can fucking smoke, we can fucking have a drink, whatever the fuck, like, let's do that. Because I had my kids and my ex with me, and I was like, I can have, like, some time to do that. So we went to go, or my cousin David came through and picked me up, and we went to Whataburger to order some food for the fucking family. Went to drop it off to them, and then ended up just like getting caught up in like the conversation of like what the fuck happened and how come no one found out about this. Because as I go into law with this story, I think with my own family experience, I think to myself, there should have been some forensic evidence to fucking like to identify the person who did this, right? There's had to have been something. There's no way this was like a fucking legit criminal, you know what I'm saying? Like fucking like who like hitman who left no trace behind, right? Because one of the fucking laws of fucking physics of forensics is like if something makes contact, if one thing makes contact with another thing, there is a trace of it left behind, period. Our job as forensics, or as people in fucking forensics, is to identify that. You're looking for anything, right? Like, you can find a fingerprint on anything. You just have to know where to fucking look. And you have to know where to look because you're putting together the fucking stories. And fucking, because of fucking physics and fucking, if you, like, stab someone this way and the blood flies this way, the fucking blood drops are gonna look like this. Like, it's crazy. When you see a solid blood drop, like, fucking, like a straight up circle, that means that it fell from directly above, right? And fucking, if there's any sort of splash or anything, like, there's just so many things. Someone should have been able to fucking figure it out. And I fucking am like furious as a fucking adult because it's like, yeah, no, it's just not making sense. But like, I don't know. There's also a lot of corruption down in that area because fucking like literally where my fucking grandfather lived, there, like Juarez was like fucking 10 minutes away. So the conspiracy theorist time. This is what I think. And because I went fucking over there, like, I literally knew where to go when I got there, what house it was, where it was at, and when I fucking got to my fucking papa's house, it was gone. And it's a fucking, the fuck is it? It's a fucking mechanics fucking place, right? Like a fucking yard fucking place, like, where there was just, like, a bunch of old cars, and, like, we're working on things. I'm like, dude, there's a tunnel. Like, straight the fuck up. Like, there's a fucking tunnel from fucking Juarez to fucking my grandpa's house in El Paso, and they fucking killed him to fucking get rid of it. Like, straight the fuck up. Like, they killed him to fucking, like, make that, because that would have been a perfect location. I don't know, shit's all fucked up with the fucking government out there, so who fucking knows. But it just infuriates me. And so my cousin David's talking to me, and he's like, I'm like, so how did he die? Like, I heard he got stabbed. Like, what's up? And he's like, they stabbed him like over 30 times and slit his throat. And I'm like, what, I'm like 24, 25 at this time. It's 27, some shit. And I'm still like my heart is just like breaking inside, right? Because my grandpa was a very frail little man. This is not like some yoked fucking 88-year-old man, you know what I'm saying? I think it was like 88 or 82, or like he was somewhere up in his high 80s, and like it probably didn't take that much. So this tells me it was a crime of passion and a very personal crime, and I don't know who it is. I don't know who it is. And I would like to know who it is. I would really like to, like, I don't know, become a lawyer, make some connections out there, be like, dude, I'm trying to get some justice for my fucking family, like, can you, like, I don't know, give me access? I guess I have to be in law enforcement to get that sort of access, but fuck you, dude, it's just like, it really fucking killed me, and it really broke my fucking heart, and there was, like, a moment of just, like, complete and absolute, like, I felt everything he felt when he was dying, and it just, like, took me to a place of agony. And, like, I wish he would have just died immediately. I wish he didn't have to, like, suffer and fucking be there with the stab wounds, fucking walk fucking bleeding everywhere, holding his fucking throat, like, the fuck, like, what? Like, that's just so crazy, dude. It's just beyond crazy to me how that shit happened. So, yeah. So, after my papa died, we really stopped going to Texas. I didn't go out to Texas anymore. Like I said, I haven't been to Texas from what my Aunt Martha died in 2015 to from like 1996 or 97, I think is when he died. One of those years. So it would have been a really long time. Almost 10 years. No, almost 20 years. Right? 90s? 2000s? 10, 20? I don't know. Don't judge me. I'm like, I just still can't believe it, dude. Like, and it really, like, fucked up my family. Like, my grandma, like, I just remember being at the funeral. And, like, I had went up to go see him and say goodbye. And my aunt Rita, she was next to me, and I was crying, and she's like, "Why did you do that?" She's like, "Why did you do that?" She's like, "You should have remembered him how he was, not like this, because they all knew how close I was." They had all known how close I had been with him and how much I enjoyed being around him. And he was the first dead body I'd ever seen. But I had to. Like, I just fucking had to. It was one of those, like, it was one of those fucking, like, surreal ass moments, right? Where you're, like, walking in, you're like a little kid, and you see everyone, because we had a big family. My papa and my great grandma had, like, 6 kids. So there's my grandma, my Uncle Louie, my aunt, my Aunt Rita, my fucking, who else? I know there's like another one. Oh yeah, my Uncle Palone. And then Richie. And then there was one who died, right? So there was like 5 kids. And all of them had kids. And all of them had kids, and like we were all there. Like we like literally caravanned our entire family from out here to El Paso for the funeral. And it was my grandparents flew as soon as it happened. Like they were out. But it was all the cousins, so fucking Sylvia, my mom. I want to say there was at least like five vehicles, if not 6, that drove out there because we, last goodbyes and shit like that. And I remember being at the funeral and my 2 younger sisters like looking at me and like they were kind of like laughing at each other, like, "Oh, Krystal's just being dramatic," and I'm like, you guys had no idea like how great of a person he was and how lucky I feel to be able to have had that relationship with him. Because it's something that really kills me to this day. And I think that's why I'm going into law, right? I want to have a purpose and I want to be able to bring resolution to people. And essentially I wanted to be a detective and go into that route, but like, ladies and gentlemen, it is not a pretty sight. Crime scenes are not a pretty sight. People want to glamorize fucking serial killers and that, and like I did too when I was younger. Like I still do research on serial killers, right? Just because it's very interesting to hear their upbringing and how they turned out and what are these warning signs. And it's just, it's not like that. It's nothing that should be glamorized. It should nothing that should be like, "Oh, I want to be like them." Like these Charles Manson fucking fans, like, dude, he fucking convinced other people to he manipulated other people enough to fucking convince them that killing these fucking people were okay and to like make an example. Like that's not cool. Like fuck those people, right? Like, but I mean, I love horror movies. I get it. I like those types of things because essentially it's like, yeah, it's so twisted and fucked up, but like, I don't know, you guys, it's just, I'm very torn on it, right? Because it's just fucked up when you're actually a victim of, I don't think he was a serial killer, but like, this person obviously got away with it. This person is still fucking at large. I'm sure this was not the first time this person has killed a person, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's fucked up. Like, especially in my fucking family's cases, my grandpa really didn't do shit. It's not like my grandpa was some underground fucking cartel person, you know what I mean? And no one fucking knew about it. Like, he was just a fucking old man who who lived alone and never remarried after his fucking wife died after she, like, I think my great grandma, like, slipped and fell and, like, hit her head and, like, fell into a coma or something and never came out. I should actually ask my grandma that, but that's the story that I think I fucking recall. We only have so much time with these people to get information. I'm turning my car back on because it's fucking hot in here now. But like, yeah, dudes, it's like, it was really difficult, and I want to be a lawyer, and not just a lawyer. Like, I want to be like a civil rights litigator, because there are so many. Sorry, Raymond called. I want to be a civil rights litigator, because there are just so many people who have been wronged by the system. You know what I'm saying? Like, and are in jail for shit that they didn't fucking do, and it's not enough to give them money, because they will never get those years back. Having someone incarcerated for 30 plus years and trying to give them like a couple $1 million, like, oh, here you go, like, enjoy your life. Like, what if they were already in their 30s when they got incarcerated and now they're 60? Like, they didn't have a family back then. They can't have a family now. Like, they've missed out on their entire fucking life, right? And this happens more often than not, believe it or not, right? And a lot of people admit guilt just to fucking get a plea fucking deal, even to crimes they didn't commit, because they don't have the money and the resources or the confidence in their fucking public defender to actually get them through the trial and have them win their freedom, or as being the result in the outcome, right? Like, sorry, I got distracted because my grandma just fucking, I think, came in. I wonder what she's doing. So it's just ridiculous, dude. Like, I mean, is there money in defending a homeless person? No. But if their rights have been fucking, like, stomped on, and someone fucking needs to be held accountable, and it's a police officer or anyone, I'm here for that. I'm here to defend that person's rights, because just because that person isn't going to be able to pay me and it doesn't have the money to fucking have an attorney and all these things, like, he still is a person who had his rights violated, and we have to make examples out of these fucking dickhead piece of shit people who are in control and have authority, right? Like, I'm here for that too. I'm actually here for the government. And I mean, fuck, wouldn't it be great to be like an attorney on the Supreme Courts? You know, fucking A. There's a few people. There's one person that I follow. I follow a few attorneys, but one person I follow is an attorney for the Supreme Court, and she's just this dope ass human being, and like, just inspires me every fucking day to just get the job done, right? And that's my passion, and it really does stem from what my family and I went through, wanting to right the wrongs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I could be like a criminal defense attorney and like defend rapists and child molesters and shit like that. Like, no, that's not my bag, baby. I'm not here for that, and I don't need the money for it either, my friend. I'm here to like defend humans in general, no matter what their fucking situation is, and like make sure that they are fucking taken care of as they should be. Right? Like, not just like financially, but like getting their respect and their dignity back fucking on like a personal level, right? Because to be humiliated in front of fucking cops, to be fucking like racially profiled and fucking pulled over and fucking beaten up and all these fucking things just because you matched a description, like, get the fuck out of here. Like, that's some fucking bullshit, dude. Like, that's happened to me before, and I was like, the fuck? Like, the fuck do you mean? Like, I'll tell you that story really quick. But really quick, just to fucking conclude about my fucking grandpa. I loved him. He's an incredible fucking human being. What fucking happened to him was the absolute worst thing that could ever happen to anyone. And like, I will thrive and prevail in my life in justice for him, in search of justice for him. Even if like this person's dead, but if they can match like fucking if we can run the DNA again, right? Of what was found there, looking into this, all of these things, and just like start eliminating fucking like suspects, like, and actually care, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care if this person is dead. If we could tie him to that, like, tie him to the crime because, he, like, you know, it came up in a database fucking years later, like, I'll take that. I'll fucking take that as a win. Because I just need to know who did it. And I may never get that answer, but I'll never stop searching for that answer. How about that? And in terms of me being racially profiled, me and a dude I used to date fucking left a fucking party, left a little ravey rave. It was fucking late. We fucking stopped at Jack in the Box because we were fucking starving over off Hesperian. I had my little fucking Matrix. It was an all-wheel drive. There were only 2 in the fucking state when I bought mine, right? So it was like you could see Matrixes, but it wasn't an all-wheel drive Matrix, my friend. And I knew that for a fact because there were only 2 colors. There was the dark charcoal gray color that I should have fucking got, or the midnight fucking blue or metallic-y blue color, right? Which is the one that I bought. Which I love Mickey. He was a good car. Mickey Blue Eyes. Yeah, he was the best. I love that fucking car. I bought him right off the lot for fucking 11 miles on it and drove that bad boy to the ground. And what was it? 280,000 miles, I think he fucking died. And I took real shit care of him, let me tell you. I didn't get an oil change for like the first 5 years. Whatever. So anyways, we pulled up to Jack in the Box, and then as we were leaving Jack in the Box, they must have been waiting for us, like, because we pulled out and we pulled in, we pulled out, and then there was a Smokies fucking spot, right? And then there was like the Subway fucking parking lot on the other side of that. They pulled us over like that. When we left, and I pulled into the Subway parking lot, right? Like, it was super quick. I was like, what's up? And they were just like, hands where I can see them, all of these things. And my friend and I were like, dude, what the fuck is going on? And he was like, do you know why I pulled you over? And I'm like, I have no fucking idea, buddy. I'm like, we're just getting Jack in the Box. What the fuck is the problem? And he was like, I need you guys out of your car right now, both of you. And I'm like, what the fuck? And my friend is acting a fool because he's hella drunk, and he's like, I'm hella drunk. What the fuck are they gonna say? Like, I could be drunk. And I'm like, you could be. I mean, fuck. But I'm just like not trying to deal with any of their bullshit, right? And so we're sitting on the fucking curb. They didn't handcuff or anything. We're just sitting there, and they're like, well, you guys match a description of a burglary that just happened. And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? And I'm like, someone called and said that a blue Toyota fucking all-wheel drive Matrix is fucking driving with a fucking with a female fucking driver and a fucking big ass dude. Like, I don't fucking think so. A big ass bald dude. Like, I don't fucking think so. You know what I mean? Like, give me a fucking break here. And they were just like, well, we just need to run your fucking shit and everything. And I don't know if my friend gave him his ID, or I think he might have said he didn't have his ID on him, but I had to show him my license that I was obviously driving. And so they like ran our shit, and we were there for like 10 minutes. I'm like, dude, my fucking Jack in the Box is getting cold. I'm like getting hella pissed at this fucking point. Like, are you guys gonna buy me fucking new food? Because I fucking came here because I'm fucking hungry. Like, can I fucking eat? Like, oh, I was getting real upset. And then my fucking friend was just being hella drunk, like, fuck this. And I'm like, okay, well, alright, dickheads, I guess this is what we're doing. And they're like, you're free to go. And I'm like, yeah, what the fuck? And I'm like, can you not waste my fucking time next time? I was fucking pissed. And that definitely happened. 100%. I bet you I can hit up my friend right now and ask him about that, and he'll fucking laugh and be like, yeah, no, I was so drunk. It's like, yeah, you were a stupid fuck. Jesus Christ. So yeah. So that happens. And sometimes people are not lucky, because sometimes people have fucking, you know, like, not warrants, but like they have a bad driving record, or their fucking shit is, I don't know, or they're just hella suspect, or they're on probation, right? But they're really not doing anything fucking wrong. They're really just going out and getting fucking food, and they're like, oh, well, here's this, and they plant fucking, like, shit's fucked up for people, dude. Like, we cannot fucking say that, like, I'm not gonna say that all cops are bad cops, but I will fucking say that there are a shit ton of fucking bad cops that really need to fucking check themselves and realize that their fucking privilege is coming to an end, and we're gonna start prosecuting you motherfuckers because legislation is changing. How about that? Like, you cannot just go around and kill fucking people because you feel like your fucking life is in danger when they're running away from you. Like, we're not fucking doing that anymore, assholes. We're not fucking stomping on the necks of fucking people or a fucking man for 9 fucking minutes and fucking being like, oh, you know, well, I fucking was in self-defense. Like, no, we're not taking your fucking bullshit anymore, folks. And this isn't just white cops. I've seen some racist ass cops of all colors, my friend. It's not a fucking, I don't want to say it's not a race thing, because a lot of these fucking cops are fucking white, but it's a power thing, folks. It's a power of authority, and to know that you can do whatever the fuck you want, and you will have your union backed up, you'll have a fucking lawyer backing you up, you'll have everything being like, oh no, you did the fucking right thing, it's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just one of those things. So I'm trying to fix the system. It's going to take me another like 5 years to get into any of these types of things, but I could always work or be a paralegal for a company doing these types of things, because, you know, there's not enough of them and they need all the help they can get because of the number of cases that they're getting. And apparently, so I actually interviewed one of these people for my fucking final last year in admin and justice, and had to do a fucking PowerPoint and a fucking all these things. And she basically was like, there's such a high volume of cases that we have to pick and choose and see what the percentage of winning these cases are versus just taking everything. And it's just like, yeah, of course that's the case, right? But like, even if you can't win these cases, these people deserve an opportunity and a fucking chance again to defend themselves under the right circumstances with people that fucking are here that support and believe in what they're saying. You know, like, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I don't have any fucking chapstick on me or anything, and I'm gonna finish smoking this bowl, and I'm gonna go inside because it's 11:49. I haven't had breakfast, and I need to start reading some chapters out of my books that I still have, because I feel like I didn't take thorough enough notes, and that needs to get done. I think what I'm going to start doing is calling this the Krystal Smoke Sessions, because we smoke, I talk. This is all coming into my shadow work, folks, right? So I'm a witch. I haven't practiced in like a few months because I don't have any of my things here. I have my fucking constant fucking bag of everyday crystals on me because you need them in your life, and they're here to protect me and my car and all my energies. But like, you know, I'm not like doing fucking any rituals, and it's just like, I'm in a slump right now, and I'm really depressed actually, and it sucks. Like, I just want my life to be the way it was this time last year. I was living with Raymond. We were living our best life with my kids, with our kids, fucking in a tiny ass apartment, you know, with everything we fucking needed, and like being quarantined, and like, it was a great time. I loved having my kids fucking around and being around them and like being able to do shit, you know, like lots of arts and crafts. Oh, I needed to fucking do that today actually. But you know, it's not like that now, and we have to like pay to see each other essentially. You know, one of us has to drive up there, one has to fucking drive down there, all of these things, and it just really fucking sucks, dude. Like, the kids miss fucking their dad. They sit all the time, and like, it's just hard. It's just hard going from like being a family unit and being like everything together, and like just the laughs and everything. Like, we still have those, right? But like, there's something about Raymond and his whole everything and what he brings to our family and how well he fucking fits. So it's been hard and it's been rough, but we're making it through, my friends. But I have been doing a lot of shadow work. I've been really like, I've had a lot of alone time. Like, when the kids go with their dad, like, I'm just home and I just chill. Normally I'll like go on a drive or something, but like the air quality's been shit, so I've just been like chilling at home with the fucking air conditioner on and having that run all day. Because it's like, you really have to look deep down within you and see what your traumas, not just from childhood, but traumas in life, dude. I am traumatized from shit that my ex did to me in my 20s, you know what I mean? Like, I'm traumatized from shit that people did to me at work, like, because some people are just so vindictive and hateful and like envious and jealous, and like, holy shit, is this really happening? Like, oh fuck, you know what I mean? Like, but I've always been a person to speak my mind, and I'm very confident with who I am as a human being. Like, I know who I am, I know what I want, I know what I'm about. Like, me identifying my fucking core issues and doing the fucking shadow work and like, fuck, talking about it to people and then having people talk to me about their fucking problems and all these things. That's like literally why I'm doing this, honestly, because like there are people out there who are just going through some fucking shit and like no one fucking wants to talk about it and no one fucking wants to act like their life isn't fucking perfect. And it's like, yeah, well, this is where we're at, folks. No one's life is perfect. The internet is a complete facade of bullshit. And like, I will totally go on there and post my great times, and I'll go on there and I'll cry like a fucking little bitch about what the fuck's going on in my life. And I'm like, yeah, this is just what it is. And the amount of my friends and people that like acquaintances that reach out and say they're going through similar things, or fucking like, I needed that, or I needed to hear that, or fuck dude, it's not just me. It's like, yeah dude, like we're all going through some shit, bro. Like life is expensive. We're all busting our fucking ass. Some of us had kids way sooner than we fucking were wanted to or were ready to, or had them with shit people who made it difficult to fucking be a parent. And like, it's fucked up, dude. Life is fucking rough, folks. It is fucking so hard. But we're all still here, right? And we're all like breathing this shit quality air, but at least we're not fucking 6 feet under. At least we have a fucking chance to like, I don't know, change our fucking lives and do something different. Right now, the air quality like this is not like this in LA. And I'm sure it'll make its way down there. But for now, it's like, oh, I could be out there having some fucking clear skies and all of these things. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're just making changes. And then essentially when LA catches on fire and everything's burning, like, I'm gonna have to find somewhere else to live because I can't be dealing with this fucking wildfire smoke for the rest of my life. Seriously. But yeah, dude, we're all in charge and capable of making our life better, even if it's making something in our day better, right? Like yesterday I decided I was gonna have a cup of fucking green tea, and it's been a long time since I've had some fucking tea because I always feel like that's something that I want to do at home and everything, and I'm like, I'm not trying to get comfortable where I'm at because this is not my fucking home. This is so fucking temporary and I just can't wait to be home. And I was like, you know, I just need this. And like literally the smallest fucking thing, like it was like, this is good. Like I just needed this. And like, I don't know, it made my day a little bit better. Why? Because it was something that I enjoyed and I did it for myself. And it was a small victory. Cup of green tea. Fuck me, who am I, right? So that's where we're at. And like, I don't know, I should make a fucking nail appointment, but I always feel like it's too fucking late because the kids in their schedule, and then I don't have them for a day, and then I don't even think about it, and I'm like, I've been fucking picking at these things fucking, because I had COVID, right, and so I couldn't get them done, and they hell of outgrew, and then I'm like, maybe I'll get them done soon, and then I just haven't had time, and now that I have time, I'm like, do I really want to spend it at a nail salon? I can go another week. Another Thursday, and next Thursday I'll make an appointment, or next Friday I'll make an appointment, because the kids will be with their dad all weekend and it'll be fine. I won't have the stress and pressure of having to like have a time, like to come back, because I drive to San Ramon to get my nails done. I just do a really good job on like on my pedicure and my manicures, so that's a thing. But anyways, I was talking about something before this. Life is tough. We can get through it, folks. We just gotta unify as a community and just be like, everyone's an asshole with an opinion, with an opinion, and that's fine. But like, I mean, hatred sucks, and like, it's just not a pleasant thing. And violence sucks. And that's what I was watching the first 48 today. Yes, and I was just like, these kids over here, they were it was a 14-year-old's birthday party. 3 fucking kids ended up shooting and killing one person, and like ended up shooting a bunch of other people, right? They all fucking got caught. Fucking kids fucking like, the last kid to get caught, who was on the run for like, I think like to like a month or 2 or something, he ended up getting caught. They were like, do you want to, talk to us without a lawyer, an attorney, or do you want to, like, what's up? Do you want to fucking go on the record, or do you want to go on the record and wait, to say that you'll wait for one? And he's like, I want an attorney, and I want my mama. And it was just like, 15-year-old fucking kid, had access to fucking guns, decided that he was gonna whip that shit out of the fucking party because he didn't like the people who were claiming shit from the other fucking people. Totally like gang related bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is so Like, how is this shit still going on? Fuck, you guys, come on. Like, the world is so much bigger than your gang. Like, and there's so much more that you can offer the world than just, like, being a fucking hitman or fucking, like, thinking you're the man by, like, pulling up your fucking shit and, like, shooting at a fucking crowd. Like, 14-year-old girl whose birthday it was, shot and killed, right? Fucking shot in the neck. Fucked up, dude. And then everyone was able to identify them. And it's just like, yeah, dude, like, their whole lives are now being thrown away. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't just the fucking life of the people who were affected by the gunshot wounds, or the fucking girl who fucking died on her birthday night. You know what I'm saying? It's like, now these 3 fucking kids and their fucking parents and their sisters and all of these things are all being fucking affected because of ignorance, dude. Straight the fuck up. Like, and it's just so sad because it's like, they're like, I'm innocent, I didn't do that. And it's just like, they're not gonna get away with it. They're gonna get fucking charged. They're gonna serve fucking, I don't know, 10 to 15 years fucking sentences, maybe life in prison, fucking, depending on how fucking heinous and who the fucking trial was. They're gonna do a trial by fucking judge, they're gonna do a trial by jury, and all of these fucking things. And, like, for what? You know what I'm saying? It's just a waste, and it's fucking sad. And I wish, like, there was more guidance out there in the world for fucking our young people, where it's like, we need to stop fighting each other. We need to work on a resolution for this climate change. We need to fucking figure out how we're all going to be living and drinking fucking water fucking and all of these things, like, in 20 years. Because right now, resources are real scarce here, folks. And unless we are manipulating the weather, conspiracy theorists can chime in anytime. Unless we're manipulating the fucking weather to make rain out here and for it to be dumping, you know what I'm saying? Like, then we're in some serious trouble. How do I know these things? Because I drive past fucking at least 2 reservoirs on the fucking way to LA. It's the San Luis Obispo, or the San Luis fucking reservoir, which I used to drive past with my grandparents every year going to fucking Texas, and that shit used to be full, dude. Fucking full. And now, like, you drive by and, like, it's just receding because there's nothing left. And fucking, I drive by the Pyramid Lake, fucking, the Pyramid Lake Reservoir too, or whatever the fuck that is, and, like, that shit's fucking sinking too. And then when I lived in Washington, I remember driving past the fucking Oroville fucking reservoir, and, like, it's just really sad, dude. And it's really sad that people are in denial about these things. Like, they're, like, up here in Sacramento, they say that the water's too warm and that the fucking salmon might not spawn or be able to make it to spawning. Like, that's huge, folks. That's fucking huge. Like, that's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, a really big deal. Like, sure, we have all the farm fucking salmon, but, like, they're really not good for you. And it's just really unfortunate that it's not being taken seriously, because guess what? I got kids. I care about their future. I want them to go out and fucking be able to play in the pool fucking backyard, or in the fucking sprinklers, or do whatever the fuck they want, right? Without being like, oh, we're on a water restriction. We can't fucking use, like, X amount of thousands of gallons or whatever the fuck to fill up these pools and all of these things. It's like, how do you escape the heat? By going in the pool. If you can't fucking use the water because of water restrictions, then you don't have a pool, and then you're just in the heat, and then you're just dying. Right? And then dude, the month that, or the 2 weeks that we had the air conditioner, the 16 days that we had the air conditioner on every fucking day because we were dying of COVID symptoms, our bill was like $200. And I'm like, yeah, no, see, like, when we live together, it's gonna be like that all the time, because I like to be comfortable in my fucking house, but it's also like, we're just not even gonna be there that often because there's so many things to do. So, that's it. That is my rant for the day. Next time I'll have chapstick, okay, guys, because I literally didn't bring my purse with me. I just, like, kind of ran out to come smoke and share my thoughts, and I don't know, kind of, like, talk about my passion for law, talk about my experience, my personal experience, and, like, you know, just chime in on what I think our young people should be focusing on. That is all. That is all. No scripts here. Nothing. And look, and that Raymond bought me because they're fucking cute. And I must fucking say, I was very anti-croc, and now I'm just like, I haven't worn regular shoes in forever. I don't know if I already fucking told you guys this, but, like, yeah. They're very comfy. They're ugly as shit. Although I really like the tie-dye ones. They're really cute. They have like a Prism Rainbow Galaxy one that's like a black background with like prism colors. And I'm like, those are dope too. Also, shout out to Alan Rickman right here. He's the man, Professor Snape. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. Like, huge Harry Potter fan. And this isn't even the last of it. Like, I literally want to get I want to get the Niffler, like, right here, a few of them. And then, I want to get, like, it's not about J.K. Rowling, folks, okay? It's about fucking Harry Potter and what he did for me as a fucking child growing up. That's a whole nother conversation, folks. But I really want to get all the Fantastic Beasts tattooed on me. Like, I want to do a thigh piece of the dragon that's going into the teacup, right? If I can have the teacup on the side of my fucking ankle, and have him, like, get smaller as he's, like, bigger, because I have a big old ham hock of a thigh. Like, straight the fuck up. So, yeah. So, that's what I want to do in terms of getting tattoos, and that. But Alan Rickman, I'm also a huge fan of him. Did you guys ever watch Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? I love that movie. Fucking So Long and Thanks for All the Fish. Right? That's a real thing. And Alan Rickman was the depressed fucking robot in that movie. I think his name is Marvin. I don't know, I have a shit memory, even though I love that movie. Sorry, don't judge me. And he was also in Dogma. Yeah, he was the fucking archangel. And he was pretty funny in that. He was just a solid dude, and he was the best Professor Snape one could have asked for. And that shit makes me cry every time. Fucking A. So emotional. Dude, don't watch a Harry Potter movie with me, because I will fucking cry the whole fucking time. I'm like, oh my god, Toby's gonna die. Like, oh, it's fucking bad, dude. Oh my god, like hysterical tears. Like, oh my gosh. Fucking Dumbledore dying. Oh, you know it's coming because you've read the books, right? But it doesn't take away from the fucking, like, it doesn't take away from the sadness you feel and the fact that Harry's watching it and you're just like, what? Why? Although the books will always be 100 million times better. Like, the movie that I created in my head doesn't even compare, my friends. It doesn't even compare to what we see on screen. But I do love me some Daniel Radcliffe and his atheist ass, for sure. We just watched some fucking movie, can't remember what it's fucking called, but it's on Amazon Prime right now, about him being like an activist in South Africa. Yeah, oh gosh, his accent's so hot. Is being in South Africa and trying to liberate, I don't know, trying to do something. I can't remember because it was COVID time, but like, and I actually fell asleep because it was COVID time, but I woke up and it had a really great ending, and I'm like, I was like, all I watched was like, I watched like the first like 10 minutes, I woke up in the middle of it and was like, oh, okay, alright, dope, yeah, and then I fell asleep again, and then I woke up like 5 minutes before it was ending, and then I'm like in tears, and I'm like, oh my god, that was such a good movie. It was like, you didn't even watch it, and I'm like, it doesn't matter, look at the ending. It's very inspiring. So that was fucking pretty great, and I was very excited about that. I think my throat is changing because the smoke is actually getting to me, so I'm gonna go inside now. If you watch this all the way through, congratulations, you just heard Krystal McSkeez's rant for 57 minutes and 50 seconds as of now. Yeah, I get kind of vulnerable. I'm a little bit passionate when I talk about things, because realistically, like, what do we have to hide from people? I think the more that we can express about ourselves, the more we can connect, the more we can relate, the more we can realize that we're all very similar, if not downright fucking the same. We're all humans having some fucking kind of experience, and once we leave this fucking body, later universe, I'm out and fucking walking all over the place. So yeah, so that's it. Thanks for listening. And if you were skimming and scanning through and you just got to the end, I had a lot to say, and it was a good one today, you guys, so fuck off, you fucking jerks. Just kidding. And that's it. So you guys be great and fantastic and amazing in your lives. And thanks for coming to my smoke session and hearing me vent. Because since Raymond's not here, I'm just by myself, so I might as well just talk to someone about everything that's going on through my fucking head. It's a nice little fucking relief. and release and relief, actually. Because sometimes, when you have, like, I used to journal a lot, right? But then my journal got stolen from me, and it got posted on the internet and to a bunch of friends, and it was like, there goes those friendships. Not that I'm, like, a bad friend, but, like, I don't know, dude. Essentially, those friendships were on their way out anyways, and he kind of just put a rush on them, so it's fine. But I used to journal a lot, and it was really good. I actually have like 6 journals that I want to get published, because I have a lot to say. And when I was in high school, I was like hurting a lot, dude. Like, I read my journals now, and I'm like, fuck, I wish I could hug that girl and tell her, like, it's okay, bitch. Like, you'll be fine. So yeah. Well, fucking hour here, my lungs are gonna kill me. I'm gonna die. Okay, I gotta go. I love you guys. Thanks for listening to me rant. Have a swell day. Bye.